You're checked in with the people's champ, Dre Rocca, on U92.
U92, your number one for hip hop is Dre Rocca, and I got a very special guest on the phone, Esther Reina.
What's up, y'all?
Straight from, are you from Salt Lake City, Utah?
So I grew up in Arkansas, born in Maryland, grew up in Arkansas, and then I've been out in Utah for like 12 years now, I feel like.
Okay.
It's a long time.
So you're a Utahn, right? Because I have this.
Yeah.
I have this because we have a lot of transplants here in Utah, right? And I always ask them, I'm like, okay, so you've been here 8 years, 10 years, 15 years. I've met some people where they've been here 20 years and they're like, I'm from California. I'm like, at what point do you say you're from Utah?
I think it just depends who you're talking to. Like if you're out of state at this point, like you go visit somewhere and people ask you, oh, where are you guys from? Be like, oh, I'm from Utah. Like, but if someone in Utah is like, where are you from? Like, you don't seem like you're 100% from here. I'm like, oh yeah, like I grew up here, or I have these roots. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. So, Esther, man, you are a very talented artist. And an artist that
Thank you.
I've been seeing get so active with the visuals on Instagram, and you know, you had 2 singles that I've noticed, Telepathy and Pride.
Yes.
I want you to take us through Telepathy a little bit. Like, tell us a little bit about this song, the video selection, and the whole process of creating this work of art.
Yeah. So Telepathy. Shout out to Ernie, or Terrence Drisdom, as some people know him, but Ernie, he's also a talented artist and producer out here in Salt Lake City. I actually met him a few years ago at this thing they used to call the Soul Flow. It was like where artists could come and, like, especially new artists like myself could come and just create or vibe with people that were creating as well. But he actually heard my voice, he liked my voice, and he was like, yo, I have this song that I wrote pretty much. And he was like, I think you'd be perfect for it. And so we got together in the studio, and I was like, wow, like that was my first actual recording of like a legitimate original song. So that was really special that he was able to have me on that project, because it's a beautiful song. I was able to, you know, put my little 2 cents in and bring it to life.
Yeah.
But then as far as the visuals go, that honestly, like, a lot of my projects have just been sitting in the vault, Dre. Like, I'm pretty sure I just started that visual 2020, like when quarantine first started. So it's been a long time coming.
Well, I mean, it's very sexy, right? You're in the bathtub. You're in a tub full of milk. Is that milk that you have in there?
Yes, it is milk. Yep.
2% or 1%, or did you go oat?
Oh, I had to do the whole milk, you know, to make it creamier, so it was not see-through.
Okay, yeah, it's done really well. Like, it's dope. Your vision that's in your head, you know, in the vault. I'm excited to see what else you have in there that you want to express and show the world, because so far you're 2 for 2, and it looks really nice.
Wow, thank you. I appreciate that, because that's definitely something that I want to dive into as well, like creating and visuals and potentially like video production as well. So
now I also know that you've had a chance to open up some national anthems as well.
Yes. Most recently, I sang for the Jazz versus the Milwaukee Bucks game. That was nationally televised, so that was really awesome experience.
What's going through your mind at that time? You know, because I've DJ'd in that arena, and it's not a small arena, and there's a lot of people there, and they're all focused on you. And the national anthem, as you know, a lot of people mess it up.
It's a tough song.
Yeah,
it's not an easy song. I think you know, there's a lot of artists and singers out there that are probably even scared to do it or don't put themselves in those situations. But I think for me personally, I definitely have my routine, you know, beforehand, to where the nerves don't take control. I think that's the important part. But it's definitely something that I don't do all the time. But I appreciate the offer when it, you know, people do love when I do it, or they appreciate how I do it or how I sing it. So it's definitely something that's fun to do once in a while. And it just kind of keeps you in check and like, okay, like I'm doing this, I'm an artist, you know, I'm a dancer, but like I can blow. And like this kind of like shows that I'm like a vocalist and a professional as well.
Yeah. Absolutely. The song Pride, we're about to get into, by the way. I want to play it for all of Utah and all of the world. But this song right here, it starts off with you and another dude that you're like, yo, you know what the deal is. Come over here and pet this kitty cat.
Yeah.
I think even your words are push these panties to the side.
You would be correct. That is correct.
So take us through. I am. This is unrestricted. This is why they moved me to this time slot.
Let's go.
So tell me about Pride. What is Pride about? What are we about to listen to?
Yes. So Pride, again, was a song that I wrote a while ago. Was in the studio with K. Malik as well as Mike Styles. And it was just a vibe immediately. Like, the beat resonated with me. And I was, everything I write comes from experience. More recently, or just in the past, like, dealing with relationships and situationships, what you want to call it. And that was just one situation where it was kind of like quarantine had just kind of started. Homeboy was like, low-key playing hard to get, or like switching it up. And I'm like, like, we're not doing that. Like, especially not now that we all have to be like in our houses by ourselves. And so I was just like, you know what? Girls never really get to like have songs like that. And it was just something that was just fun. And I wanted a little more upbeat turn-up song for sure. And yeah, that's how Pride came along.
I love it. Well, before we jump into it, go ahead and tell the people where they can follow you, any upcoming shows, and all that good stuff.
Yes. So you guys can follow me on Instagram, Esther Reina, ESTHERRREINA. So there's 3 R's on there. I actually have an EP coming out at the end of April. It keeps getting pushed back a little bit, but it's a 5-song EP. That I'm so excited to release. I think it'll really show the versatility that I have as an artist, as a vocalist. And then as far as shows go, I just got the acceptance for my application to perform at the Utah Pride Festival on June 4th. So I'm so excited. Yeah, it's going to be so fun. I'm going to have dancers, and other people involved in that community, and so that's going to be awesome. So I'm excited for that, and I don't know, we'll see. I'm trying to weasel my way into some lineups,
yeah,
because it's there. So hopefully people are finally seeing that, and
absolutely,
seeing me and taking me serious. So
yeah, we'll stay consistent, keep your head down, stay humble, and keep working, and it's gonna happen. Do you want to go ahead and introduce this song for us one time?
Sure, let's do it. U92, it's your girl Esther Reina. This is my first single ever as an artist. Y'all about to hear Pride. Let's go, U92. Shout out to Dre Rocker.
Hey, that's love. It's U92, your number one for hip hop. Let's jump into Pride.
U92.
Baby, put your pride to the side and unwind. Tell me how you feel about me. Shower. Boy, I've been alone and I'm just feeling for you. Baby, put your pride to the side and unwind. Tell me how you feel about me and you. We can move from the bed, candles lit in the shower. Boy, I've been alone and I'm just feeling for you. How you got your feelings or you talking what you might? Act like you don't know me, but I know. Keep on testing me. You're lying to yourself about how you feel. I know you miss the times we had. Why is it hard to keep it real? What about me? I was the one who got your time. You were the one who changed my mind. Why don't you check up on me? You used to hit me on my line, baby boy. Can't we just rewind? Put your pride to the side and unwind. to hit me on my line. Baby boy, can we just rewind? Put your pride to the side and unwind. Tell me how you feel about me and you. We can move from the bed, candles lit in the shower. Boy, I've been alone and I'm just feeling for you.